So on this particular night, it was very, very busy. You had car accidents, you had stabbings, you had your sick people, you had flu patients. I mean, typical stuff that goes on in the ER. You don't realize how many sick people and hurt people come through the door until you work in a place like this. The joke was that on full moon nights, things just kind of went crazy. Lunacy, lunatics, people were just going nuts and crazy. They had the wildest patients, the wildest victims, and this night was no exception. They got a heads-up call that there was a shooting victim coming in with 2 shots to the chest, and that he wasn't doing well, he was crashing fast. Police officer was involved. Well, when they got this patient to the hospital, they realized it was the police officer. In this day and age, in the news, when you hear somebody get shot and a police officer involved, usually there's a whole bunch of drama surrounding about the police officer shooting somebody else and what's going to happen next. You don't realize how intense their jobs are, just how much they put their butts in the line to save a stranger, somebody they may not even know. So this guy gets wheeled into the ER and the whole medical staff is in there, and you can imagine the emotional taxation going on right now. Everybody's sweating, they're just high stress, they're thumping on his chest, they're cutting away his clothes, they're wiping off blood, they're trying to get him oxygen, they're looking for the right medications, they're doing CPR, there's calling orders, there's a total chaos and pandemonium. In this line of work, you can only work on somebody for so long before you call it. You're flatlined, you're dead. It was time to call. As the staff goes walking out of the room, this young physician's assistant felt different, and he heard this thud. He looked down to the ground and he found this black leather 2-fold wallet. So he kind of crept down, he picked it up and he looked at it. He opened it up and he saw a picture of the police officer, and then he saw a picture of the police officer's family, a wife, a daughter, and a beautiful baby boy. Now imagine if this was you, your situation, your family, and people were calling it on your death or your family member, your loved one. He lost it. The physician's assistant lost it. He threw the wallet down and started screaming, "It's not your time, it's not your time, you gotta come back. No, you can't go." And he starts shaking the guy, started doing CPR again, CPR, and he's trying to help him out. Nurse comes back in, the doctor comes back in, "Sir, you gotta let him go, let him go." "No, we're not gonna let him go. Get back over here, you gotta help me out. It's not your time, it's not your time." He starts calling this guy's name. So he freaks out, totally freaks out, and the whole staff is back at it. They don't really know why they're doing what they're doing because the guy's dead, but they're trying to do it because he is just losing his mind. He's doing everything he can. All his emotional power and energy is just pouring into this guy to try to save his life. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. They did it. They restarted this young police officer's heart. And the room was just, it was this big sigh of relief. And everybody can go home that night knowing that they did everything they can. They left it all out on the table to make sure this guy survived. Obviously, this young officer had several rough months ahead of him, but he was eventually discharged from the hospital and went home. Came back to the hospital and he wanted to thank the staff. He found this young physician's assistant and asked the guy, "Do you know who I am?" The guy smiles back and says, "Yes, I do." Reaches out, shakes his hand and says, "I do not remember much about that night, but I do remember my body being imbalanced. I was in limbo. I was going somewhere else, but all I could hear, all I could feel was somebody saying, 'It's not your time, you gotta come back.' So I did, and I just want to thank you, and my family thanks you." And that was it. The two did not ever see each other again. But it brings up a great pressing issue about time in life. You never know when it's going to be the perfect time. Matter of fact, it's never going to be the perfect time to start or to finish anything. If you don't try, you're never going to know. If that was you on the table and you were bleeding out and you were going to be lifeless in about 2.3 seconds, would you be happy with the legacy that you built for yourself, with what you're leaving behind? In life, you're going to win battles, you're going to lose. You win some, you lose some. Yeah, we hear it all the time. But the difference between winning and losing is so small. Losers will try, they fall on their face, they don't get back up, they don't do it again. But the winners will do the same thing. They'll try, they fall back on their face, but they get up, they do it again. Fall, get back up, do it again, until they figure it out. Before you leave this earth, you know deep down inside you have this burning passion, this burning desire, something that you need to fulfill, you need to conquer, you need to help or inspire somebody, some part of the world. And only you can do it, only you can achieve this. Nobody else can pull you in and hold your hand and tell you what you got to do. Now if it was the end of your life, not all of us are going to have a dramatic cheerleader screaming, "Go baby, go, it's not your time, come on, you got to do this, give it all you got, give it all you got." No one's going to be there for you. And matter of fact, if you found this video, this may be your last call. This may be your last chance. This is your cheerleader to get up off your ass and make a difference in this life. So I'm going to tell you right now, this is your time. What are you going to do?